William Morrow and HarperAudio present Crash Landing, a novel by Annie Mcquaid. Performed by Emma Love. To Mom and Dad, for nurturing my creativity and always believing in me. Chapter 1. Now. Humidity hung in the air, thick as soup, but Piper didn't mind. Rolling down the car window, she welcomed the last whisper of Georgia sunshine, the mild spring breeze succumbing under the weight of summer's impending fury. In the driver's seat, Tag frowned and jacked the AC up to its highest setting. Pulling into the parking lot of her apartment building, Tag got out of the slick two-seater Porsche, walked around, and opened Piper's door. The Terminal Gentleman. Tonight marked their 12th date in as many weeks. This time they'd celebrated completing their second year of medical school by dining at Tag's favorite restaurant, the Capitol Grill, featuring an overpriced menu with dishes that reeked of garlic and left Piper hungry. "We should continue the evening and open up that bottle of Merlot I brought over last week," he said, helping her out of the car. Piper usually admired how Tag declared his suggestions like statements instead of questions, but tonight his polished delivery made her cringe. She'd dated enough frogs in her 26 years to know Tag Sinclair was a catch. On paper, that is. Her exacting parents adored him, and he treated her well, rivaling the likability of a standard Disney prince. But Piper couldn't remember many of those storybook princes making the princesses laugh. And those couples rarely had much in common besides dazzling smiles and impeccable harmony. Still, if Tag pressed her again for a more serious commitment, like he'd done on their last few dates, she'd likely give in. Piper, the perennial people-pleaser. Tag stepped toward the front door of her apartment, but Piper placed a freshly manicured hand, painted in OPI's rosy future, the pastel shade she'd adopted as her signature color years ago, on his chest, stopping him. In heels, she nearly matched his 5'11" frame, but his perfectly coiffed corn silk hair gave him an extra inch. A blonde Ken doll with the same lack of sex appeal. "That sounds lovely, but I still need to pack for Allie's wedding. I should call it a night." Tag pouted. "But I'm leaving for the Cape tomorrow, and you won't see me for weeks." Sometimes Piper wondered what Tag even liked about her. Was it the designer clothes? Her ability to hide her imperfections beneath expensive makeup? Or maybe her family's name took her from a 7 to a 10 in his eyes. Did he even see the messy, miserable girl underneath it all, trying to look like she had it all together? She mirrored his disappointment with a pout of her own, but the tightness in her chest loosened. "You'll be having so much fun on your family vacation, you'll hardly miss me," Piper reassured him. "Thanks so much for dinner. I had a great night." Tag's shoulders slumped beneath his gray Cole Haan suit, but he smiled at her. "Me too." He planted a perfunctory kiss on her lips. Piper closed her eyes and tried for the 100th time to feel a spark or tingle of excitement instead of Tag's slightly dry and too firm lips pressed against hers. Nothing like the thrill of kissing Wyatt. Wyatt. She hated when his name popped into her head almost as much as she loathed him. Piper pushed back from Tag, rattled, and grounded herself by taking in his dark chocolate eyes. So different from Wyatt's piercing gray gaze. With a sharp shake of her head, she banished all thoughts of Wyatt and gave Tag one last kiss on the cheek before walking away. Letting herself into her apartment, she tossed her black YSL bag on the kitchen counter. The purse, a gift after her official enrollment at Emory's medical school, was more her mother's style than Piper's, but she received compliments every time she carried it. Her mom's influence also adorned her apartment. Barbara Adams took interior design very seriously. Piper preferred a cozy couch with cushions that swallowed her in a hug when she sat down. But the Barbara-approved tufted velvet rolled-arm sofa in cream matched the cold leather loveseat, and she'd
Sample complete. Ready to continue?